Kaboom. Kaboop. Kaboom. Kaboop. Kaboom. Kaboop. Boom. Kaboop. Kaboom. Kaboop. Kaboom. Kaboop. Kaboom. Kaboop. Oh, I love the creepy creature. Woohoo! Woohoo! Are you happy? She's a happy little tick. Hello, 00 crew. Today we are going to get ourselves a December deer. I know I say that every time, but it doesn't seem to happen. But today is going to happen. We are going to get a December deer down because we are running out of time here now. So unfortunately, there's only a couple days left, and we still don't got a December deer. So all we got to do is get one. I have plans for the January deer for the last month. That's no problem. That's going to be an easy kill. But this December is proving to be very, very challenging. Hopefully, now that these storm conditions are gone, it's nice and calm out. Wind is gone. Everything's good. I'm a little sick, but you know, it's whatever, because the conditions are right. Well, I mean, it's not a 100% perfect. It could be a little colder. It could be a little cloudier, but it's a heck of a lot better than it was the last 2 months. So hopefully we can get this deer down. All right, guys, looking pretty good. On the way here, I've seen tons of deer in people's backyards and everywhere else on the side of the highway feeding. Hopefully I'm not too late. It's almost 3:30 now. I'm not even in a stand yet. And they're definitely moving all over the place. So hopefully they're moving here too. I'm gonna hurry up, get my stuff together. Same as always, stalk on the way back. If we jump something up and we get a shot shooting it, if not, get right to the stand, get in there, tucked in, and hopefully something walks by. Let's do it. Oh, we got some deer, but they're way too far away. Unfortunately, out of my comfort zone for shooting. Man, so frustrating. We still got plenty of time though, so maybe they'll come this way. This wind is really kicking up again for some reason. I don't know why. Wasn't supposed to. Why do you have to be 400 yards away? Why? There's a deer. It's actually that piebald. It's behind too much brush right now. But if it gives me a shot, I'm taking it. Can't get a well-rested shot right here. Oh, this is really frustrating. Okay, that's the one I shot at, and it's walking perfectly fine. The other one is still standing right there. So what in the hell just happened? I'm really confused right now. Like, super confused. I really don't understand what is going on. What the heck? Okay guys, so as you saw, I have no clue what happened. Either this gun is way off and I missed somehow from 30 yards, or there was 3 deer and I just didn't notice. Because the 2 were standing on the edge of the field, I shot. The one still stood there, as you just saw. Then there was the second one back in the woods walking. Now, if that second one was actually a third one, and he was just, or she was just walking up through there, and she just didn't run just like the other one that was still standing there, then my deer might have just ran to the right somewhere and died. If that second deer that we saw on the camera was the one that I shot at, obviously it wasn't hit. Or it might have been gut shot. There's no way I gut shot though, again, unless this gun is way off. So those are our options. Unfortunately, it's a light rain right now. It's 7 a.m. The very next morning I came back. I didn't want to push too hard just in case it was a gut shot. So if I hit it, it should be dead. Only problem is I'm not gonna have blood to follow. But yeah, let's get back here and see if we can find this deer. Hopefully it's down not too far from where we shot, and if not, I'm gonna shoot this gun and see if it's on. We're gonna figure this out. I've been searching now for 2 hours, and like I said, without the blood, it's really hard to figure out anything. it's all just guesswork, really. So one downside of muzzleloader hunting is the big puff of smoke clouds your vision. You can't follow up where the deer ran. If you noticed in the video, for about 5 seconds after my shot, it was just a huge cloud of smoke. The camera was to the right of where I shot. I shot to the left of where that was, and it was even worse in front of me than it was in the camera. So I literally could not see anything at all. I had no clue which direction the deer even ran until I reviewed the footage. And that only gave me a 2-second clip of, you know, the initial direction. Who knows where it turned once it went in the woods? Who knows if that second deer that we saw was actually a third deer, or if it was the one that I shot at and just completely missed, or gut shot it, or what? I don't know. But I mean, I've scoured every inch of legal land that I'm allowed to be walking on. I mean, unless it crossed that fence into someone else's property or went up through the woods that way where I can't go, someone else's property, I have no clue. So I only have one thing left to do, and that's shoot this gun. And that's gonna tell me whether I just clean missed or gut shot it or what. Because where I held on that deer, it should have dropped dead in its tracks. I had this gun was pinpoint accurate. Just last week when I shot it before. I always shoot my guns before going out to hunt, you know, just to make sure they didn't get bumped around or anything. This gun was pinpoint accurate. So there's no way I should have missed at all. There's no way that deer should have taken one step. I held right at the top of the shoulder. I've done that shot countless times, and every time that deer drops instantly. So, especially from the angle that I was at, I mean, there's just no way that deer shouldn't have ran at all, unless this gun is really off some way, somehow. I just don't get it. I'm gonna peer over this fence here, see if it's laying in the field. If so, I'll go and ask the property owners if I can go into their property and grab it. Could be out in the middle somewhere, but I can't go out there to see. But just on the edge, I don't see anything. Man, this sucks. This really sucks. Like I said, I guess all that's left to do is shoot this gun, and then I can make a better judgment of what happened after that. Held it at the same distance, about 30 yards on the dot. Super rested, just like I was in the tree. Let's see what happened. Alright, well, that gun hit exactly where I aimed on the tree, or a little bit to the left, like 2 inches to the left. But there's no way it should have missed at that range. There's nothing wrong with the gun, it's still on. So, I really have no clue what happened. I can't even say, maybe I shook a little bit on a shot, I don't know. Maybe it was a gut shot and it just ran off somewhere else. But I know the gun's on now. So it's, I'm lost. I'm completely lost and clueless. I'm gonna search some more now that I know what the gun's on. Man, at this point, I really just hope that I clean missed and it's alive and well somewhere. I hate injuring deer. I really hope I didn't injure it. It ran off 300 or 400 yards away and died for nothing. If that's the case, though, I'm sure within a week or so, if it's anywhere within 300 yards, the vultures will let me know. Man, it just really sucks. I absolutely can't stand not knowing. I can't stand the thought of injuring it. It's out there suffering somewhere. I guess you gotta take what you ask for sometimes when you are hunting and fishing or whatever. Sometimes it don't always go to plan, but you never want it to go like that. That's worst case scenario to me. But I always, do everything in my power to be the most ethical hunter that I can. And then on that note, I'm out here going on to my 3rd hour in the pouring down rain, looking for a deer that I don't even know if I hit. So you always want to respect the life of the animal, guys, and make sure you know as best to your abilities what happened. Even if you can't know 100%, you got to really put in the effort and try to get all the information you can. The animal deserves it. It is a life after all. Part of this tracking process, unfortunately, includes ruining your hunting woods for the next week or 2, possibly more, unfortunately, because you have to, 1, walk your whole hunting woods, which spooks everything out. And even worse, you have to, on a gut shot like this, or what you presume is a gut shot, you have to really focus on the bedding areas and the big laydowns like this, because if that deer's gut hit, that's where it's going to go, somewhere it feels safe and secure to lay down. So you really hope you find it, so you didn't do all the woods ruining in vain. Thankfully, it's the end of the season. It's not the middle of November or anything, but what's most important is putting closure to this one way or another, which unfortunately, by the looks of it, doesn't look like it's going to happen. Well, guys, I've zigzagged about 500 yards in the direction that I thought it was going to go, and probably 300 yards to make a rectangle in that direction, back and forth. And there's just no sign of a deer. I went a good 100 yards in the opposite direction, but there, again, that runs into another property, and I couldn't get a hold of the property owners, and I don't want to trespass. So it's been almost 4 hours now that I've been out here. So I'm gonna call it, try to be optimistic and say I completely missed or hit it in that one unfortunate sweet spot that doesn't hit anything vital and it survives with a bad memory. Sucks, man. All right, well, kind of hard to say in this moment, but until next time, get out there and enjoy the outdoors. Peace. Okay, guys, quick update. I ended up finding the deer, thankfully. Okay, so basically what happened was I could not sleep. So last night I just tossed and turned. There was no way I missed that deer. I just knew there was no way I missed that deer. So what I did was I drove back the next morning, which was this morning, went to that field that I showed you guys that I said I couldn't go onto, and I went up. The people were home. I asked them permission. Sure enough, that deer was about 200 yards out in the middle of that field. But it was I didn't bring the camera. I don't know why I didn't think to bring the camera, but for some reason I was just too determined in trying to get up there and see what was going on. So anyway, I walked out to the field, found the deer. The deer was completely destroyed. I guess foxes, probably coyotes, because it was really tore up. I did get part of one of the backstrap and one full other backstrap, and then a little bit off one of the roasts. But other than that, that deer was absolutely devastated. Probably between, the raccoons, the possums, the foxes, and tons of coyotes up there. That deer was done. There was nothing I could do, unfortunately. So I did end up getting that December deer down. Unfortunately, a lot of it went to waste. Well, I guess it didn't really go to waste. It went back to nature. But I killed it and only got a little bit off of it, so I feel some type of way about that. But, sometimes it is what it is. I went back. I tried so hard to find that deer, as you guys saw, but, there was just nothing I could do other than go up there the next day, ask for that property permission, and that's what I did, and bam, the deer was there. But it just happens that way sometimes, unfortunately. So, bittersweet end to this December hunt. We will see you in January. get out there, enjoy the outdoors. Peace.